Hello, and thank you for joining me here at Take Five with Renee Five. Hey, that's me. This is Shirley Franklin. She was the 58th mayor of the hot ATL. She served from 2002 to 2010.
President Eisenhower was elected. My grandmother and mother were Democrats. My grandfather and father were Republicans. So Sunday dinners were very spirited conversations about politics. I was already interested in politics by the time I got to Howard. In my class, and two classes ahead of me were the founders of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee at Howard. And they held meetings on campus to bring us up to date on what was going on in their work in the South. It was around that time, I was 18, 19, 20, that I realized that I wanted to spend my life in the South as it transformed itself from Jim Crow to a freer society. My first move to the South was to teach in a program in Alabama called the 13 college program funded by Ford to recruit African American teachers, young teachers who had recently received advanced degrees. Maynard Jackson came to Talladega College to speak to a history class. And I had a chance to hear him and to meet him then. And he talked about running for mayor. And then I had the opportunity to move to Atlanta when I got married in 1972. Maynard's campaign was the second campaign that I worked on in Atlanta. The first was Andrew Young when he was running for Congress. The second time, the time that he won, and I worked every single day as a volunteer. When I started working with Andy and Maynard in politics, it gave me I thought, an open door to talk about policy. And one of the policies that Maynard was very interested in was integrating the arts and culture into the city government. So Maynard asked me if I would serve on the Atlanta Symphony Board as his representative. Fast forward a year or so, I become the director of cultural affairs. At that point, I was not interested in another job. I thought I had the best job in the city, in the world, really. A small group of people, especially Maynard and Andy, came to me and said they thought I should run for office. I thought they were nuts. And I spent 9 months in therapy because I realized that here were two very powerful, exceptional men and a half a dozen of exceptional women, all who saw in me something I didn't see in myself. And after 2 years, I ran for office. I am overwhelmed by gratitude that the people of Atlanta elected me.
Thank you for joining me here at Take Five with Renee Five. Be blessed.